We just crossed our first tipping point. It's not what you think. I'm Artifacts Mars, and this is a global warming update.
Children, pay attention to the lesson. The United States has caused the Earth to heat up uncontrollably.
But it's cold in here and very cold outside.
We are freezing in here. Let us put our coats on.
You children are delusional. It is 90 degrees outside.
That's insane. It's snowing outside. We're cold.
You children are imagining the snow. The United States made the world intolerably hot. Your parents will be taken into custody for child abuse for not teaching you the difference between cold and hot.
I ought to dismantle this tin-plated piece of junk.
Invalid input. Restate your request.
Now this video I'm doing here is a rebuttal to the PBS Terra video you're seeing there. Or should I say terror? PBS Terror. I'm kind of tempted. At any rate, they're talking about tipping points. A tipping point is basically, it's one of those things that the left does. It's one of their slogans. We get past that, we're never coming back, which is hogwash. So Earth has warmed up and cooled down. Gotten a lot warmer before. It's been a lot warmer and it's been colder before. A lot colder. And that is well known. So there is no such thing as a tipping point. The other thing is that we only get a certain amount of energy from the sun, and that's it. But here, PBS is telling us how great renewables are and how they're supplying more and more energy when exactly the opposite is true. In fact, I saw a video about windmills are being chopped up. They reach about 20 years, and they're done. You can't recycle them. They can't do anything with them. They just go in landfill. They're being blown up and chopped up, and that was it. See, they have to... Here's the sad fact of this, folks. They would have to produce a tremendous amount of energy over their lifetimes to make up for the CO2 that they use, that's used to make them. It's complex, but it's a fact. But I wanted to show you a report that PBS Terra here mentions. Okay, Global Tipping Points Report 2025. Lowest Planetary Security Initiative. I don't really know who these people are, but you can bet they're hardcore leftists. I'll just do the key takeaways part here. Stability of the Earth system is threatened by critical thresholds that, when crossed, result in nonlinear and cascading consequences. For crying out loud. Likelihood of triggering several major tipping points increases with every additional 0.1 C of global warming. While several systems are approaching tipping points, the warm water coral reef system exemplifies the urgency of the impact as the central estimate of its thermal tipping point, 1.2 C global warming, has already been exceeded. Global warming has reached approximately 1.4% C, 1.4 degrees C, This has contributed to the fourth and most extensive global coral bleaching event, 23 and 25, bleaching event, impacting over 80% of reefs worldwide. I'm thinking that's hogwash. And prognosis for warm water reefs is severe, stabilizing warming at the Paris Agreement's 1.5 C limit, even without the overshoot, makes functional loss virtually uncertain. Greater than 99% probability given that the upper threshold for the coral reef thermal tipping point is also estimated at 1.5 degrees C. There is no tipping point. The sun gives off only a certain amount of energy, and that's the way it is. The Earth has warmed up before, or Earth has cooled down before. Okay, look at what they want to do. Accelerating mitigation through positive tipping points. Achieving necessary acceleration in decarbonization requires triggering PTP, self-amplifying shifts in technologies, behaviors, and systems toward zero emissions. PTPs have already crossed an adoption of solar, voltaic, or PV and wind power globally, and electric vehicles, EV storage, and heat pumps in loading markets. Excuse me. Okay, so basically they want to take it. Look what they want to do. Number 2 here. Most effective strategies for triggering PTPs, especially in the energy system, are policy mandates designed to phase in clean technologies and phase out fossil fuels. In other words, bans on sale of diesel and petrol cars. They want to eliminate your gasoline car. It's not going to help anything. There's actually more emissions from electric cars than there are from gasoline cars, and the reason for that is they're so heavy, their tires wear out quickly, and because their tires wear out quickly, they give off more emissions than a gasoline car would. Coordinated cross-sectoral action at super leverage points can unleash cascading positive change, reinforcing transition benefits across multiple sectors simultaneously, e.g., linking power, heating, and transport decarbonization efforts. Required decarbonization. Minimizing tipping points demands front-loaded mitigation pathways that rapidly reduce peak global temperatures. This requires having GHG emissions by 2030 compared to 2010 levels, reaching net zero by 2050, and employing rapid scaling of sustainable carbon removal capacities to return temperatures below 1.5 C. So I'm going to see if I can find something. This is, as I have said, this organization wants to do the thing that I've said many of these organizations want to do, is remove the carbon, period, from our planet. Why would they want to do that? Well, that's the question I've been asking. They don't list a specific point in which, we can't go below this point because we won't have photosynthesis. No. So, I have no other choice but to assume they want to eliminate all carbon. I don't think all CO2 from the atmosphere. I don't think that's physically possible. But they're blaming you and your car for this global warming. These are leftists. Okay, Klingendale, Netherlands Institute of International Relations. They just ruined my international relation. I think you're a bunch of commies. But, here we have this. I don't want to change any subjects here, but this elimination of carbon from our carbon dioxide from our atmosphere that these scuzzbags want is kind of similar. If you look at the anti-sodium commercials, they have anti-sodium information in them. They want to eliminate all sodium chloride from our diets. Big mistake, folks. That would kill us all. If you eliminate all sodium chloride from your diet, you die. But you never see any kind of a limitation where, okay, this much is safe. You'll never see it. Above that, it isn't safe. You'll never see that. So here we have, this might just be leftists, but they don't put any limit on how much CO2 they want to eradicate from the atmosphere. They only have that 1/2 having the greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. That's the only limit they put on this. They don't say whether they want to eliminate CO2 or completely, or what they want to do, so I have to assume they want to eliminate CO2 entirely. Well, there you have it. This is my rebuttal to PBS. We go right back to this. PBS, I'm very sorry, but we're not going to eliminate all CO2 from the atmosphere. You psychos there at PBS, you don't seem to understand that if you eliminate all CO2 from the atmosphere, you kill all life on Earth. And it doesn't have anything to do with temperature. I've heard the limit is 160 parts per million in CO2. If it goes below that, we all die, because we all starve. You see, carbon is a necessary part of our existence. That's why we're here. Without it, we all starve. It's that simple. The plants wouldn't be able to make food, and they would all die. And then we would all die. That's the way it is, folks. Anyway, this is my rebuttal to PBS. Usual psychotic nonsense. I won't pay any credence to it. I'm Artifacts of Mars. Thanks for watching.